The world of Formula One is constantly evolving, and the 2026 regulations are set to bring significant changes that will shape the future of the sport. These new rules aim to provide teams with more design freedom, improve aerodynamic efficiency, and promote closer racing. Recently, the FIA released new renders showcasing what these changes might look like. While the visual updates are exciting, the real story lies in how teams will use this newfound freedom to push the boundaries of performance. In today's video, we'll break down the most important changes for 2026, exploring everything from aerodynamic tweaks to cooling solutions. We'll discuss how these changes could impact team strategies, car design, and the overall look of Formula One cars. Stick around until the end, where we'll share our conclusion on what these updates mean for the sport's future and which teams might benefit the most. The FIA's primary goal for 2026 is to create a better balance between performance, safety, and sustainability. While cost caps and engine regulations are well documented, these latest changes focus on giving teams more flexibility with aerodynamics. Previous regulations often force teams into similar design paths, resulting in grid-wide, identikit cars. For 2026, the FIA aims to change this by allowing teams to experiment more with their designs. This freedom is meant to inspire more unique and innovative concepts, ensuring that teams like McLaren, Ferrari, and Red Bull can showcase their creativity and engineering prowess. These changes aren't just about aesthetics. By giving teams more design freedom, the FIA hopes to maintain on-track competitiveness while still adhering to their overarching goals of sustainability and efficiency. One of the most notable areas of change is aerodynamics, particularly the front wing and its components. The most obvious change is the removal of the vertical fin on the footplate. Instead, teams will now have the option to introduce a dive plane attached to the end plate. This dive plane has a more slender attachment and a wider outboard cord, giving designers more control over airflow. This adjustment could open up new strategies for controlling airflow around the front tires, directly impacting downforce and drag. Expect to see each team develop unique interpretations of this rule, with some teams prioritizing low-drag solutions for straight-line speed, while others focus on maximizing downforce for better cornering. The front wing end plates have also undergone a transformation. The new design gives teams additional freedom in shaping this area to suit their aerodynamic philosophy. While it might seem like a small change, it could have a significant impact on how airflow interacts with the car's side pods and rear wing. With freedom in this area, expect to see a greater variety of front wing designs from team to team, further distinguishing their cars on track. Another significant change is the move away from the fully enclosed wheel rim covers currently used in F1. Instead, the FIA's renders showcase a more open disc-style wheel cover. The central section of the wheel cover exposes the wheel rim behind it, introducing new challenges for cooling and aerodynamic wake. Currently, the fully enclosed design helps manage airflow more predictably, but the 2026 change could make things much more complex. The exposed wheel rims will generate more turbulence, which could impact both airflow management and brake cooling. Teams will need to develop new solutions to handle these changes, and we might see different interpretations of this regulation across the grid. This change will likely force teams to redesign their brake ducts and cooling systems, as the amount of heat dissipation will be directly affected. More turbulent airflow could make it harder for teams to control the wake, impacting the car's stability and their ability to follow each other closely. Perhaps the most crucial aerodynamic element of an F1 car is its floor, and for 2026, the FIA has introduced several notable changes. The most striking addition is the set of 5 fences at the leading edge of the floor. These fences help control the airflow under the car, providing designers with more options for how the air is channeled through the floor. By improving control of the airflow in this region, teams can increase the effectiveness of ground effect aerodynamics, which is a key performance differentiator under the current regulations. This is especially critical since ground effect is responsible for a significant portion of a car's downforce. In earlier FIA renders, the underfloor had a stepped arrangement. However, the 2026 update replaces this with a flat surface, offering a smoother and more consistent airflow. This change might seem subtle, but it will influence the way air is channeled through the diffuser. The diffuser, which plays a massive role in creating downforce, has seen its volume increased, with the kick line being moved forward. This will likely allow for better airflow extraction, increasing rear downforce. Additionally, the sidewall of the diffuser retains the mouse house aperture seen in the current regulations, providing another point of aerodynamic manipulation. Another key design tweak is the inclusion of a lipped gurney flap near the rear tires. This flap can help manage turbulence in the region, reducing drag while potentially enhancing downforce. This change gives teams more flexibility in how they design their rear-end airflow solutions. Cooling has always been a critical challenge in F1, and the new 2026 regulations reflect that. The latest renders show cooling louvres at the junction between the side pod and engine cover. This is a throwback to older F1 designs, where teams had more freedom in managing engine cooling. With the 2026 power units becoming more efficient but also more complex, these louvres are essential. They allow teams to release excess heat more efficiently, ensuring the power units remain at optimal operating temperatures. Teams will likely take full advantage of this freedom, as the trade-off between cooling and aerodynamics has always been a point of differentiation in F1 design. Some teams may opt for larger louvres to ensure reliability, while others might keep them smaller to reduce drag. The 2026 rear wing design looks significantly different from what we're used to. Instead of the flat rear wing seen in earlier renders, the latest concept shows a more angular, three-element, spoon-shaped design. This design offers teams more freedom in how they approach rear downforce generation. Interestingly, the swan neck style mounting pillars from previous designs have been replaced with underwing mounted supports. This shift could provide a structural advantage while also affecting airflow efficiency. This change is crucial because rear wings are one of the biggest contributors to drag and downforce. The new design will give teams more flexibility to optimize their approach, especially for circuits like Monza, which require low drag, or Monaco, where downforce is king. The new 2026 regulations signal a step forward for Formula One, giving teams more control over car design while still promoting closer racing. By increasing design freedom, we can expect to see a more diverse grid, where each team's car looks and behaves differently. The emphasis on controlling airflow with fences, new floor structures, and rear wing modifications will push teams to innovate in ways we haven't seen for years. These changes may give underdog teams like McLaren, Aston Martin, and Alpine a chance to close the gap to the likes of Red Bull, Ferrari, and Mercedes. Furthermore, by opening up the design rules, the FIA is addressing the criticism of identikit cars. Fans want to see visual differences between cars, and these changes will make that possible. The exposed wheel rims, unique front wings, and new floor structures will give each team the chance to stamp their own identity on the grid. The 2026 F1 regulations are all about giving teams the freedom to innovate. From aerodynamic tweaks to wheel cover adjustments, and from cooling louvres to diffuser changes, these updates could redefine Formula One as we know it. The key takeaway is that teams now have the flexibility to design their cars with more individuality, meaning we'll see greater diversity in car concepts. This diversity could lead to more unpredictable racing, which is exactly what fans want. It's an exciting prospect, especially for teams like McLaren, who have shown an ability to innovate under changing regulations. These new rules might just level the playing field. As always, it's a game of chess between engineers, aerodynamicists, and strategists. The 2026 rule changes could be the perfect opportunity for teams to rise from the midfield and challenge the frontrunners. Let us know in the comments which team you think will master these new regulations. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more in-depth F1 updates. Hello McLaren faithfuls! If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, drop a comment below, and subscribe so you never miss any McLaren F1 updates with relaxing ASMR elements. Your support is what keeps this incredible community growing stronger every day. It costs you nothing to like and subscribe, but it helps the channel tremendously. Let's continue the conversation and share our passion for McLaren F1 together. You can also discover my journey as a passionate creator navigating life with challenging disabilities. Despite the obstacles, I'm determined to follow my dreams and share my love for McLaren and F1 with the world. By becoming a patron, you'll not only be supporting my dream, but you'll also gain access to exclusive content, including untold stories of legendary F1 drivers and much more. Your support can truly make a difference in my life, helping me continue to do what I love. Click the link below and enjoy.